Atlars! Hello and welcome. Who should it be? Last hero to fill a human team. Currently we got Medivh, and I'm considering human, and we got Daner as an assassin, Medivh as a specialist, and we got Uther as a support hero. So who should it be? Who should fill the role for the last current spots as a human World of Warcraft team? My first thought was Tirion Fordring. Of course, Tirion Fordring as a warrior. He's a major character in World of Warcraft. Currently, we really don't know what happened to him, and he's kind of a Lich King, I guess. I don't know. He kind of fell out of the story, so anyway, I would like to see him as a warrior for a human team in Heroes of the Storm. Let's take a look at some of the abilities I would like to see for Tirion Fordring in Heroes of the Storm. His Q ability, Cleave. Cleave enemy in a arc dealing X damage for each hero hit, reduce cooldown by 1 second. W, Prayer, stuns all enemies in a circle around Tirion, healing Tirion for X. It could be anything, I don't know really, but healing him up. E, the Supreme Command, increase attack speed for nearby allies, gain a shield equal to 1% of that ally's total health, including Tirion. First ultimate ability, Light of Dawn, radiate light from Tyrion's body, healing ally heroes for 1% of their max health, and damaging enemy heroes for 1% of their max health. Second ultimate ability, Call to Arms, rally your knightly brothers and squires to fight for you for 15 seconds. He's the Ashbringer. Every 5 attack, deal X damage to target and X damage to nearby enemies. Then we're looking for a second assassin, and who could that be? And I know this guy has been up for hero concept quite some times, and I can only attach myself to that thought. So the hero I would like to see is, of course, Leroy Jenkins. Leroy Jenkins is a funny character, and there's a funny story behind him. I guess you know the story behind Leroy Jenkins back in Vanilla. Go check it out on YouTube. There's plenty of videos with Leroy Jenkins displaying his will to clear out stuff. So let's take a look at the abilities that I would like to see for Leroy Jenkins. His Q ability, Egg, 3 charges, place an egg that hatches if an enemy walks over it, spawning 2 dragon whelps. That attacks the target, dealing X damage. Dragon whelps last for X seconds, egg lasts for X seconds. His W, Heroic Strike, strike an enemy for X damage, stunning them for X seconds. His E, times up, increase Leroy's movement speed by 50% for 1.5 seconds and become unstoppable for that period. His first ultimate ability, let's do this Leroy. Leroy charges forward, stunning all enemies in his path. And I don't know for what, X seconds or something, and dealing some damage to, I don't really know, but still, I think that's a cool ability. Second ultimate ability, More X, spawn 20 Dragon World X in target area to fight for you for X seconds when walked upon by the enemy. His passive, all, what could we call it, his hero passive ability, trait ability, Devoted, use increase Leroy's damage by X for X seconds and reduce damage taken by 20% for X seconds. And then I have a bonus hero I would like to see in Heroes of the Storm, and that is, of course, Harrison Jones, which is a reference to this guy from Indiana Jones. That's why he's called Jones, and then the character playing him, or the real life guy, is called Harrison Ford, so that's Harrison Jones, of course, and he's an archaeologist, and he's a pretty great guy. I think it's pretty funny to quest alongside him in World of Warcraft, and I think it's a character that would be so funny to have in Heroes of the Storm. Anyways, here are some of the abilities that I think Harrison Jones should have if he was added into Heroes of the Storm. And I know he's a hero concept that's been up quite a few times on Reddit. His Q ability, whip an enemy, stunning them for 1.5 seconds, a bit similar to Oriel's ability. His W, Snake Trap, plays a snake trap that summons 5 snakes, attacking the enemy, dealing X damage and X damage over time. Some sort of venom, of course, and it should be triggered when walked upon. E, his rope swing, 2 charges. Harrison Jones uses his rope to swing X range. Get into combat, get out of danger. First ultimate ability, Boulder. Summon a massive boulder that deals X damage to heroes in its path and stuns for X seconds. Deal double damage versus structures and non-heroes such as minions. Second ultimate ability, Ancient Artifact. Place an ancient artifact that pulses 3 times in X range, stunning all enemies getting hit by the first pulse. Enemies hit once take 300 damage, twice 450 damage, and 3 times 600 damage. His D ability, Archaeologist, create a dig site that continuously spawns snakes every 2 seconds for 20 seconds with a cooldown on X. I hope you enjoyed this 4th episode of Hero Concepts and Guess Who's Next to fill a complete team. And please do subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the link in the video if you missed out on the last episode where we talked about Zerg characters for Heroes of the Storm. Click the link in the lower right corner. Thank you. Bye bye, peeps.